Hi guys, welcome back to Tech with TJ. Today what I got for you is a review over this printer right here. This is the Elegoo Neptune 4 Plus. I've had it for about 3 years. It's my first 3D printer that I actually owned, and I just wanted to do a review on it to say like, is it worth getting or not, and just talk about it. So anyways, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, I just wanted to give you a little overview of the printer and tell you what my experience was like when I first got it. So when you first get it, this whole top piece is actually just laid flat in the packaging. You just have to screw it to the base itself over here. Nothing crazy. It actually was pretty simple to put together. It looks very intimidating because there are some wires that you need to plug in, like this big ribbon cable back here you have to plug in. So with that, that has a fan that you have to plug in. So it looks very intimidating, but it actually really isn't. That was something that I guess out of the box you might want to know, is that this printer doesn't come just fully assembled. It does have Wi-Fi and Ethernet on the side. It's got this cool screen that controls the printer and it's kind of easy to use, and I like it because it's detachable and pretty stretchy to where you can, I guess if you want to walk around with it a little bit, but it's got a stand for it too. It has magnets in the back to hold it. But yeah, that's kind of the out of box. What you should expect is just not much setup, but a little bit. Alright, so now we can kind of get a look at the mods that I've done to it. So the first one that I could talk about is just this rod right here, or the rail system. This is from TBS Tronics. Helps with the movement of the print head so that it's not shaky. I found that with the palm wheels, which is what this pretty much runs on, everything is palm wheels, they wear down, and especially just printing, like I noticed just with the print head though especially, they wore down really fast, and my prints just started to not look good at all. So that's kind of why I got that. The second thing is I moved the filament sensor. It's usually kind of like in this area, it hangs off, and I moved it all the way down to the print head, because the way that this filament sensor works is that the second it doesn't detect filament coming in from this side, it just pauses the print. So if you have it up here and your filament runs out or whatever, it'll pause, and you'll have, like, since this printer's so tall, you'll have a good foot of filament left over that you kind of just have to clip and throw away. Whereas if you move it closer to the print head, it just saves on filament. So that's kind of why I did that. And then the next one is just a camera in this corner right here so that I can monitor my prints. Other than that, this printer has been left, pretty stock. I've seen some crazier setups. Oh, and then I printed out a head for this. It just is out of this cool, like, blue filament, and that's about it. But yeah, like I said, other people, they have this, like, a whole new print head that looks very cool and stuff, and I find it neat, but at the same time, it works, and so I'm kind of one of those people that once it works, I don't want to mess with it too much. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done with this printer in the 3 years that I've had it. Nothing, I guess, crazy has changed. Besides, I would say the rail is the most, like, wild thing I've done to it. Alright, so getting a closer view now, some of the strengths of this printer are its price and then its build plate. It's very hard to find a 3D printer that has this big of a build plate in a price range that's under $300. So I think that's where this thing shines. Another pro about this is its cost. Like I mentioned, it's under $300 and you get this huge build plate. Some of the cons, though, I will say, is that this leveling. Other printers now, I recommend highly just because of their leveling, because it just is through the head. You don't have to adjust underneath the bed. There's like wheels that you have to go through with a sheet of paper, and do it the old school way, how you slide it underneath, and that's a lot, especially if you're new to printing. This is something that I would say is, not that good, I guess, in terms of modern features. Also, because it's an open printer, not enclosed, you can only print in like PLA, which is what I got right here, PETG, which I've printed on this machine, and it does do good. And that's pretty much all I print with. So I think TPU can be printed without an enclosure. I don't actually know, so don't quote me. But I know ASA, ABS, all the other fancy stuff that can be printed on this printer because it's not enclosed. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got for the pros and cons on this machine. Alrighty, guys. So what I wanted to talk about is the print quality. I have two benchies here that were done on this printer. This one right here, PLA. As you can tell, it looks pretty clean. Um, there, so you get the first layer of it too. Uh, no problems with it. There's a little bit on the side right here. You can see. I'll kind of face it like this. But yeah, it's not too bad at all. Actually, it's really good. And then the other one is in PETG. So this is, like I said, I mean, I pulled this off of the printer, so it's a little stringy, but really pretty good. Let me turn it upside down. Good first layer. There's a little problem kind of on the front, but nothing too bad. I just wanted to show those off because I think those are a good indication of how, good this printer can be once you mess with it. Uh, tweak it a little bit. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to show you, is that this printer can print in pretty good quality. Like I said though, the I can't do ABS. I haven't tried TPU or ASA, none of the fancy filaments. I've only stuck with PLA and PETG, so I don't feel comfortable doing a whole test showing like the different kinds of filament, just because I don't own it and I've never used it before, so probably it'll be user error before it's a printer error. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the print quality. Alright guys, now to give my final thoughts on this printer. I really like it. I think if you're new to printing though, there are definitely some other options out there that would better suit you, like the Centauri Carbon if you like Elegoo, or the Centauri Carbon 2 if you want multicolor. Uh, I believe Cheaty Tech has the Q2, which is around that $400 mark. Uh, Creality has something in the $400 mark. I can't remember if it's the K2, I believe. That's, I think, what it is, but don't quote me on that. Or K2 Pro. I forgot what they call it, but it's in that range. They also have Bamboo Lab has the P1S for 400. So for $100 more than this printer, you get the enclosed printer. You get auto leveling. You can get a lot of these features that are, I would say, for a beginner, are useful. If you just need the large size and that's all you care about, well then of course I'd say go for this printer, because it works once you tinker with it a bit. It has a little harder leveling because you have to do kind of like that manual level first before you do it. It does have an auto level, but it's not as good as what the newer printers are. So there's just some things on it that are take a little bit more time. Whereas with these newer printers, you can just get them started. You don't have to build the printer, which this one you do when you get it. The palm wheels on this one can rub away and start to mess up your print, like it did with mine. So that's why I have that rail for the printer head, which is something you might want to look at upgrading if you get this printer. So there's just some things like that that are, I would say, not a beginner level. Not that I'm like an expert level at all. I would say I'm slightly above beginner. I haven't even printed in TPU, ASA, none of that stuff yet. So if you're looking to print in just PLA, PETG, and you need a big build plate, then yeah, this one would probably suit your needs best. It's under $300 and it's pretty solid. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.